the Insurance Stream. I'm your host, Abe Bowling. Great to be with you on this Saturday. Hope you had a chance to sleep in, rest, recharge your batteries a little bit, get ready for the work week. Doesn't mean we stop thinking about our agencies, because as agency owners, we're always thinking about our agencies. We today are going to talk about how to increase profits with a revenue and expense review. And today's episode is sponsored by ePay Policy. It's an appropriate thing because these guys help you categorize everything, automate your accounting. We talked about that a few episodes back. Check them out. Go over to theinsurancestream.com, click on services for your agency, click on payment processing. ePay Policy, it's more than just a payment processing company. These guys are built for the insurance industry, and they are going to help you speed up your reconciliation, your buying process, and provide experience that you will love. Check them out at theinsurancestream.com and click on payment processing. So on today's 5-minute insurance meditation, we're going to talk about how to increase profits with a revenue and expense review. Yesterday, we talked about the different types of financial reports. So we talked about income statement, balance statement, statement of owner equity or stockholder equity, depending upon the structure of your organization, of your agency, and then the statement of cash flows. So how do we take those reports and do something with them now? Now that we know what they are, what do we do with them? So one of the best things that you can do is called a revenue and expense review. And this kind of ties in too with the commission tracker. We did an episode with them on part 2 of how to automate your agency's accounting. You need to know your revenue by category to run this report. Those guys do it automatically for you. They say, here's your book of business. You've got this much coming from general liability. You've got this much coming from your auto policies. Here's how much you got from commercial auto policies. Here's how much you got from homeowners. Where is your expense, or where is your revenue coming from? Then you need to look at your day-to-day. How much time do you spend on each line of business? If your commercial policies are generating 35% of your agency's revenue, and they are only taking up 10% of your commercial or of your agency's time, the commercial insurance, guess what? You got a real winner on your hands there. Time to think about how to increase the commercial book of business that you have, because it's more profitable. If the opposite is true, let's say that 50% of your revenue comes from personal lines and 50% of your revenue comes from commercial lines. And I'm oversimplifying here for the sake of our 5 minutes that we've got to talk about this in. But if you have an even split, 50-50, 50% personal, 50% commercial, and you realize 75% of your time is being taken up by commercial insurance, gee whiz, guess what you got to do? You've got to figure out how to write more personal lines insurance, because for your agency, that is more profitable. So we need to figure out first, revenue analysis by category. Where is your revenue coming from? What lines of business? What companies? Do you have one company that when you sell the policy with them, gee whiz, you never have to service it. You never have to do much. It just kind of sits there and makes you money. And then you sit down and you review it with your customer when it comes time to review the policy. Where is your revenue coming from? And the more detailed information you can get on this, which is why, again, I'm going to push commission-tracker.com, because they will help you get all this information automatically. You don't even have to do anything. It'll just happen to appear as you go through their process of paying your commissions to your agents. They will help you do it. So that is important, to do something like that, to really be able to drill down on where is my money coming from, and then figure out how much time am I spending, or is my staff spending, on each of those categories. Last part of this report, we're talking again about the revenue and expense review. Where's your money going? Look at your expenses. Look at your advertising. Look at your employee expenses. Look at your technology expenses. Look at everything your agency spends money on, because there's 2 ways to increase profitability, right? 1, we sell more, or 2, we spend less. And if you can do both, you're really, really getting somewhere here with the growth of your agency. So you need to know where it's coming from. You need to know how much time it takes to get those policies, and then you need to do a detailed expense review. And based on the information of the incoming cash, figure out if these expenses are worth it or not. And this has been your daily 5-minute insurance meditation.